Hey guys, it's Chi again from the Sista Fund. That's the SISTA Fund.com. And I'm here to talk to you guys about how you can save over 50% of your salary. Yes, you heard that right. Over 50%. I know it sounds impossible. How can you do that on a $30,000 a year salary? But it's totally doable. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one, eating out is expensive in Japan. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but it's expensive. So if you just limit the amount of times that you go out to eat, you will save a ton of money. So whip out that recipe book that your mama gave you a long time ago and has been collecting dust on your bookshelf, because it's time to do some good old-fashioned home cooking. Tip number two, limit the amount of money that you have in your wallet. I mean, this is one thing that I do that really works for me, is to only carry around enough money that I need for the day. So if I plan on doing grocery shopping, I will only carry enough money to do my grocery shopping. I will make sure that my ikoka is already full, ready for transportation for when I go to work. And other than that, I carry almost no money on me. And that has saved me so much money because, I mean, can you be bothered to go to the ATM just because you saw those cute pair of boots on sale at H&M? Probably not. So do yourself a favor, limit the amount of money you are carrying in your wallet. Tip number three, send your money home immediately. As soon as you get your check, or send it to at least send it to a far away bank account or an online bank account that's a little bit harder to reach. So as soon as you get your money, as soon as you get paid, pay your bills, take some money for utilities, food, groceries, transportation, etc., and then send the rest of that home. So that way you're not tempted to actually dip into those funds. And I think that's probably the number one way to save over 50% of your salary. Send the money home. Far, far away. All right, tip number four. Ditch the phone and get a flip phone. So forget the smartphones, forget the plans, the fancy plans with AU, SoftBank, etc. Just get an old-fashioned garake, old-fashioned flip phone, and add minutes on it. Because what I found is that I barely use my phone. No one really calls me, and I really only need it so I can put it on my applications for work. Other than that, I don't really use the phone. I just use my American phone, which leads me to tip number five. Tip number five, use a Pocket Wi-Fi. So, and that's even at home. So use the Pocket Wi-Fi as your Wi-Fi for everything. Don't get the home unit one. Don't get both. Just get the one. And that way you can use your phone from back home. So I just use my smartphone, my American phone, with my Pocket Wi-Fi, and it's all good. And if you actually shop around correctly, you can get a Pocket Wi-Fi that has no limit on usage. No limit. And it might cost you maybe $30 or $40 a month. So super cheap for unlimited use, unlimited, like, no Sagan, unlimited use. So definitely look into getting a Pocket Wi-Fi instead of getting that home internet service and a phone. Saves you so much money, so much money. Tip number six, skip out on shopping at the convenies, because believe it or not, as cheap as they are, they're still way overpriced when you compare it to the supermarkets. So, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, right? Because a conveni is a convenience store. So you are paying for the convenience. So when you have the time, if you can, go to a supermarket and not the convenience store, because things are going to be marked up. I know, but they're just so convenient. So convenient. But still, you got to do it. Save your money. Tip number seven. When you're looking around for an apartment to rent, forget about those newly built ones. go for an older one. The older ones will save you so much money, and for the most part, they'll be renovated on the inside. So they'll just be like almost new anyway. So skip the fancy new digs and find an older apartment building that's been newly renovated. I mean, guys, you know, rent is going to be one of the most expensive things you have on your plate, one of the highest expenses you have. So if you can save a couple hundred, I say do it. Tip number 8, skip out on the AC and use this instead. A kotatsu. So in the winter, yes, it gets freezing cold here, but a kotatsu will save your life. I mean, that's all I use in the winter, and I don't need to use the AC, the heat. I don't need to use any of that, and it works out perfectly. And for those of you who know me, I'm always cold. But with the kotatsu, it's all good. So save yourself some money. Don't use your AC during the winter. Use a kotatsu instead. I mean, okay, so the summer, it might be another story, but me, I still don't use it in the summer. Get myself a fan, a little uchiwa, maybe even an electric one if you want, if you're really that hot. Get some little ice packs. I think you'll be good. I mean, but seriously, you know, if you want to pay the extra money for the AC, just use it. These are just tips to help save you some money. You don't really have to follow them. So now the last final tip that I have for you guys is to think about combining events. So I know that we all love eating out. We all love sampling all of the various Japanese dishes, Japanese cuisine, but why not combine that event? Because you want to hang out with your friends and you want to eat out, so why not put them together? And make it a rule that you don't eat out by yourself. You only eat out when you're eating out with friends. So it's like a social thing. You're getting good food. You're hanging out with people. And check, check, check. You got your social hangout in. And you're good to go. And you got food. So it's like the best of both worlds. It's like a win-win. All right, guys. So I think that's all I got for you guys today. If you do have any comments or any other tips that you would like to share, please drop them in the comments below. And if you did want to check out how I save over 50% of my income, and I mean I only spend, I think, a total of maybe $12,000. My bills are like $12,000 a year. So if you want to see that, how that breaks down, I wrote it all up on my blog. It's in the article, of course, entitled How to Save 50% of Your Income in Japan. Google it, it should come up. And if you like what you've heard, guys, of course, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button and the bell notification so you will know every time I post up a new video. All right, guys, that's all for now. Catch you later.